Hi, good morning. Nathan Goodrich, Operations Section Chief with Northwest Team 3 with your Labor Mountain morning update. So if you look at the fire perimeter, it's kind of got some weird different shapes to it today. We've had some fuel-driven and terrain-driven runs of fire over the last couple of days, predominantly up here in these higher elevations. You can see this weird little shape here that went up towards Navajo Peak. A little bit more in the upper end of Stand-Up Creek is starting to kind of finger out on some of those fuel types up there, and then a little bit more over on the other side of the ridge between Stand-Up and Beverly. So not moving around a whole lot, but you can see a little bit of an increase in acreage. Also here in Miller, this piece has kind of been pretty stagnant, just kind of sitting there, but this piece has moved down a little bit further than what this perimeter shows, down in towards Miller drainage itself. And so with that, I'll start in Division Foxtrot, which is along the Stafford Creek drainage here, and then where it splits into Miller and Bear Creek. So the resources today are going to be working in this 146 chunk and getting this blackened and taken care of, and mopping this stuff up behind here. This check line as well they're going to be working on, and then this piece here. And so this fire has made it past one of our check lines, and so what our plan is to bring this back down and start working along here towards the bottom, get over here onto this Miller Ridge, if in fact this is indeed down here towards the bottom. We potentially might be doing some aerial ignition, so with our ping pong machine, plastic sphere dispenser machine, and potentially coming in here and starting to bring a little bit of fire down on some of these ridges to put a little bit of a cap on this, as well as along this line, in case the fire wants to do what it's done a couple of times over here, get realigned and make a push up to the north. So we're going to be looking at that today in Division Foxtrot. Over in Charlie, they continue to do a lot of prep work on the structures and the other infrastructure over on this side, working on this Beverly Creek, which is again going to be similar to what we did in Stand-Up. If the fire wants to progress past this point, we'll get back over here and we'll burn this, and we'll come down and burn this and square this up again, just like we did, keeping the edge of the fire up in these higher elevations and protecting all these values on this side. Over in Division Gulf, they're working on the Shazer Creek Road coming in to get some access to Miller Peak, working on a few other road improvements, and also getting assessing these structures here at Old Blewett Pass and getting some of that stuff situated over there in Division Gulf. Overall, looking at a weather change today, you can see the clouds in the sky, a few sprinkles, higher temperature, lower temperatures, higher RH, and we're looking at some northwest winds coming in today, some up to 20, 25 miles an hour with some gusts. So that's going to potentially do some impacts to this eastern edge of the fire, but we're again kind of out in front of that and watching that, and the crews will be mindful of those weather changes. They've been working hard out here on both divisions, getting that all secured and safened up as far as protecting those values at risk, and that'll continue today. So that's your morning update for Labor Mountain. Thank you.